Hey guys, Youngblood with you for your Should You Buy video on the new Drake Kraken, and yes, I'll admit that is a little bit clickbaity considering the way that CIG is handling this sale. First off, we don't know how much this ship is going to cost. Secondly, we don't know how many people are going to actually get one. And third, and probably most importantly, you have to register your interest online to get a shot at being picked to get a chance at buying one. So you basically have to register your interest now, and then sometime after October 22nd, when they close off the submissions, you'll find out if you even get the ability to buy one or not. So the question of should you buy the Drake Kraken should probably be more, can you even buy the Drake Kraken? Either way, let's talk a little bit about the ship in some more detail. The Drake Kraken is a light carrier. It was created by Drake to help keep people safe, with the lore talking about how the brand has taken on the reputation of piracy, and that's not really anything they want to be associated with. Whether that's true or not, it's at least a better look as a forward-facing idea. So the viewpoint here is to say, look, we're going to give the normal, regular person or group of people a way to protect themselves and keep themselves safe and those that they love. Giving people an attack carrier is a pretty good way to do that, even if the dedicated audience to purchase this is going to be relatively small. I personally am expecting this to be used by large organizations, pirate organizations, militia, and other non-government military entities that have combat in mind or support operations in mind, kind of to the way the Polaris was marketed, about more of a militia push versus like selling to the military. As far as the size of this ship goes, it's scaled to be 270 meters long, 104 meters wide, 64 meters tall. The most comparable there would be like the Idris, for example. The Idris is 242 meters long, so this is bigger than the Idris. 126 wide, so the Idris is wider, and 46 tall, making the Idris shorter. Cargo capacity on this is pretty expansive at 3,792 SCU. If you want to compare that to another ship, the Hull C is 4,608. So it's not that much farther behind a massive cargo carrying capacity of the Hull C. As far as the crew is concerned, there is 10. That is less than I expected considering the number of weapons that are on this that are manned and all the various stations and the pure size. But it is worth noting that that 10 is almost certainly not going to include the fighter crews and the ship crews. So like if you have a Cutlass, it's probably 2 or 3 people. This can carry 2 of those. It can carry several different fighters. So it's not going to include the actual ships that are riding along and their crew. As far as the components go, pretty impressive. You got a mix of large, medium, and capital class. You do have a large radar. Now, when I said medium, there's only one spot where you have medium, and that's good because it's a very large ship. But you have 6 medium computers. Then that can also do things like not only just control your ship, automate things with blades, but you can also store data that's brought in from Herald, so like working as like a mobile data running headquarters. It comes with 4 capital class fuel intakes, 2 capital class fuel tanks, 1 capital class quantum drive, jump drive, and also the associated tanks. You have 2 capital class power plants, coolers, and shield generators, making it a tough and powerful ship. You have 6 capital class main thrusters, so that's a lot of big engines. You have 6 VTOL, which is good to help you actually get up and off the ground because it is going to be probably challenging to do that. And you do get 2 retro thrusters. And then you get your 12 capital class maneuvering thrusters. 12 on a ship this size. Capital class is big. I don't count on this thing being a dogfighter. It is not going to move very well, although it sounds like it should at least have fairly decent speed for a ship of this size with 6 capital class thrusters. Weaponry, you have 8 size 8 man turrets, you have 4 size 6 man turrets, you have 4 size 5 remote turrets, which means that is a crap load of guns. As far as the overall design of the ship is concerned, you've got the bridge, which actually looks like it has very good visibility with limited struts, and you can get to oversee the different landing pads. It looks like it's a flying truck stop. I mean, it looks like a space station. There's an internal hangar that allows you to refuel, repair, and rearm your ships. The internal hangar can also allow you to reload your ship with cargo if so desired. There are 4 small landing pads for fighters and 2 upper platforms for medium-sized ships like the Cutlass. The rear of the ship actually brings in what's known as the Dragonfly Bay, allowing you for storing dragonflies and other small vehicles. And then you can basically, deploy those in various environments. But if you want to be able to use it in space, a space bike is going to be better than a Grey Cat. So the Drake Kraken was designed to allow you to have primarily an attack carrier that has a strategically placed set of turrets and ability to launch up to 6 ships to go attack, in addition to the large weaponry already on board the ship. Outside of that, though, the ship has flexibility in doing large cargo capacity that falls pretty close to that of the Hull C, and the ability to repair, refuel, and rearm other ships in the internal hangar, meaning this is really blending a lot of different roles and making this a truly multi-role ship, or really more of a mobile headquarters. It can also act as a meeting place with 2 docking collars on the frontal wings to allow other ships to come and sync up and drop off supplies or bring in people or do whatever's needed between the 2 ships. The Kraken also is big enough that there is an internal tram system designed to allow for easy transit between the areas. The ship is huge, but it can actually land on planets, so those VTOLs that we talked about are going to be important. So as far as setting down and supporting a large effort, it's going to be capable of handling that, though I wouldn't expect this thing to be anywhere near graceful once in atmosphere. So cutting to the chase, who should be interested in the Drake Kraken? Well, first off, organizations is really the simple answer. Or someone who plays a prominent role in an organization, or maybe somebody who wants to buy favor with an organization. The ship just oozes support for combat, for transporting ships, for transporting cargo, for doing repairs, for acting as a major hub of operations regardless of the type of mission. A mining organization can support recon and escorts from this base while transporting the ships. You might have like a set of like freelancers or Hull A's or something that come and drop off the mining ore into the cargo hold. You've got the miners that are out there that are doing the work, and then you can repair the ships and do whatever you need to do. Exploration outfits could drop this in a system and then act as a home base to run to for protection. It would allow people a good space to log out of or maybe refuel to keep operations alive. Combat orgs, it's pretty obvious. With it having large guns, lots of them, and ability to repair, refuel, and rearm to extend range and influence, it obviously plays in very well. This thing is a behemoth and basically the perfect support ship for medium to larger organization efforts. So let's flip this just a little bit. Who isn't this ship right for? Well, the lone wolf or the small group of players is kind of your obvious answer here. There's no one real good reason to have this unless you want to hire a crew to support the ship itself and then acting as a mobile hub to help others out on their travels, kind of treating this really as a mobile truck stop. I'd say this is also not for those that don't like the idea of spending a ton of money on ships, because my gut says that this is somewhere between $2,000 and $3,000. So I think it's really going to come down to this. Does your org want to pool money and use this ship as a mobile base of operations? Because if that's possible financially, then yes, I think this is going to be a great ship for you and your fleet and your organization. If you aren't looking at this as an organization purchase or one that you're making on behalf of supporting an organization, I think you're looking in the wrong place. So as we get more information on this ship, I'll be updating this as much as I possibly can. Otherwise, let's all just sit back, see how this all plays out, because it's going to be interesting. And let me know if you guys have questions, because that's it for now. I hope you all have yourselves a wonderful day, and take care.